Good evening, everyone. Last classes we discussed narration from interrogative sentence and imperative sentence, and today I am going to discuss narration from optative sentence and exclamatory sentence. Here I have taken some example from optative sentence and other some example from exclamatory sentence. Through this particular examples, I like to provide a concept, provide a clear concept to the students. Okay, everyone, please be attentive here. I like to discuss the example one after another. First of all, I take some example from optative sentence. Before going to discuss about the narration of optative sentence, we know what is optative sentence. Optative sentence are those sentences I discussed in last classes, which signifies praying and wishing. Okay, they include in the form of optative sentence. And in case of optative sentence, what we have to change, how we have to change, everything we have to discuss in this particular examples. First of all, he said to the boy, "May you live long." He said to the boy. This part is reporting verb, and "may you live long." This part is reported speech. Okay, and you should always be remember. It is very essential to remember that optative sentence always start with may, M-A-Y, may. So here we written, "May you live long." This part is optative sentence. Okay, and in indirect form narration, in case of optative sentence, when we get the reported speech part in optative sentence in direct form narration, to change it to indirect form narration, instead of said, we have to write sometime wished and other sometime prayed. I will discuss when we have to use wish and when we have to use pray. Next, and in this particular comma or comma, in this place, okay, in this place we have to use that. And other thing is that we have to write in affirmative form. First of all, subject and verb. Okay. Let's discuss the first example. He said to the boy, "May you live long." Then what will be the indirect form narration? He wished to the boy that he might live long. He wished to the boy. So here we take he, may becomes to might. He might live long. This is the form of indirect narration. Next one, Socrates said, "May God help me in my journey from this to that other world." Here is also, this part is optative sentence. Here start with may. Okay, and what we have to write here? Socrates wished that God might. God first written first by subject, then verb may turn into might in indirect form narration. What we get in changing of tenses. Okay, in the tables what we discussed in last classes. Okay, Socrates wished that God might help him. Socrates said so. Here instead of me we written help him in his journey. Here in direct form narration it is given in my journey. Socrates says so. Here we written in his journey from this to that other world. What will be the answer? Socrates wished that God might help him in his journey from this to that other world. Third example, the boy said to the old man, "May God save you." The boy said to the old man. So a small one praying something to the older person. So here we have to use prayed instead of wished. Okay, here instead of in case of wished, we have to use prayed. Instead of said, we have to use here prayed. What we have to write? The boys prayed to the old man that God might save him. Because praying to the old man, so here we have to write him. What is the answer? The boy prayed to the old man that God might save him. Okay, and there are the examples from optative sentence. And some other example, and now I am going to take the first example of exclamatory sentence. The boy said, "Bah, bah, we have won the match." Before going to discuss the narration of optative sentence in case of changing it from direct to indirect, we have to remember some conditions. When we get the reported speech part, in exclamatory sentence, when it signifies joyfulness, then instead said we have to write exclaimed with joy. First condition. Second one, when we get the reported part speech in exclamatory form of sentence in sorrowfulness. Okay, in said, or we will get sometimes sadness or sadfulness. In case we have to write exclaim with sorrow instead of said. In case of surprise or frightened, in case of suppose, here we are taking some examples. When I will discuss, I think it will definitely help us to make the concept clear. But I am telling the conditions. When we get the reported speech part in surprisefulness, then we have to write exclaim with surprise. Okay, in this way we have to change. In other cases, we have to write in indirect form narration. The format always should be in affirmative form. Okay, let's discuss, and then I think it will definitely help us. The boy said, Baba, we have won the match here. Baba, we have won the match here. This part is reported speech part, and it signifies joyfulness. Okay, so here we written the boys exclaim with joy. Instead of say it, where we written the boys exclaim with joy that we have won the match. This is an example of present perfect tense. So in indirect form narration, you have to write it past perfect tense. So what we answer, the boys exclaim with joy. Baba given. So here it indicates that it is the matter of joyfulness. So here we written the boys exclaim with joy that they had won the match. Next one, he said, alas, the man is dead. Alas, the man is dead. Alas, it is the matter of sadfulness. Okay, so or sorrowfulness. So here we have to write exclaim with sorrow. So what is the answer? He exclaimed with sorrow that the man was dead. Here is that given. So in indirect form narration was that written. And next example, they said, what a big snack this is. What a big snack this is. It's a matter of surprise or frightened. Okay. What will be the answer? They exclaim with surprise, or instead of surprise you may also write frightened. They exclaim with frightened or surprise that was a big snake. Here you have to notice something. It is very notable part. What a big snake this is. Here this is written in last part. Okay. Here this is written in last part. But in case of indirect form narration, we have to turn it to that was. So instead that one that is instead comma outer comma places, and other that is this is here in indirect form narration. You have to write that was. So here written they exclaim with surprise or frightened that one that is from here, another that is this is that was a big snake. Okay, and next one, the person said, what a beautiful house this is. What a beautiful house this is. The matter of joyfulness. Okay, feel happy. So he tell that what a beautiful house this is. Okay, so in that case you have to write instead of saying, you have to write the person exclaim with joy that one that is particular from comma to comma places, another that is this is this will be become to that in indirect form narration. That is will be become to watch. Okay, it will be turned to watch that was a beautiful house. There are examples of exclamatory sentence, narration of exclamatory sentence. And what are we getting today? Today's class we're getting some examples from optative sentence and some other examples from exclamatory sentence. And in last class we discussed narration from interrogative sentence and imperative sentence. In other previous classes also discussed narration from variety tenses. And except with particular concepts, there are some other miscellaneous examples what we have to discuss in my next class. Thank you.